Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Jana. Today we are going to be talking about SLGs. Are they worth it? In my opinion, yes, they are worth it. Unless it's like a $900 or $1,000 wallet, then no, I'm not gonna buy that. But if you know me, if you know my channel, I love my SLGs. I love using them because I use a big tote bag every single day for work. I don't really need so many bags per se. I mean, I am trying to still build my bag collection, but I use my SLGs all the time. I switch them out all the time. So yeah, let's dive right in, shall we? So I know a lot of people say, and a lot of YouTubers say, that SLGs are not worth it. And I actually did some Instagram polls over on my Instagram a few weeks ago. I think like it was like a month. I don't remember. But I'm really backlogged. So I did some Instagram polls asking like different questions about SLGs, if they're worth it. So I will touch on that later in the videos. So the reason why people always say that SLGs are not worth it is because they are pretty expensive and they would rather put the money towards a bag instead. And I totally agree with that. That's such a true statement. But if you're someone like me that just uses a tote bag every day for work, because I teach music at a music and Montessori school, I literally just use a big tote bag to bring all my stuff in, my documents, sometimes my laptop or maybe my iPad. But I still want that little piece of luxury with me. So I love using my little wallets, my pouches. This is what I've been carrying right now. I usually switch out my wallet every week, sometimes 3 times a week. Like I said, I am that type of person who does switch out their wallets quite often, and I have so many SLGs, but I don't regret it. You know, sometimes I do switch out my wallet twice a day. Depending on either my mood, the occasion, or also the weather, because I like to match my SLGs to the season. I don't know, I'm very weird. I obviously think super hard on my handbag purchases because they're so expensive. I'm not saying that I don't spend as much time thinking about my SLGs, like if I want to purchase them, but obviously a handbag is a completely different story. We're talking about like thousands and thousands of dollars, whereas SLGs are just like $100 like here and there. So for me, they are worth the price, but you might think differently. So comment down below if you think SLGs are worth the price, or if you would rather get a handbag or an SLG. So let's talk about the ones that I recommend. I talked about a few card holders under $100 last week, so if you want to check that out, I'll leave it over here and down below. But some other ones that I recommend are obviously the Louis Vuitton one. I have the key pouch in the empreinte and also the monogram version. I also have my Chanel, which I've been loving using so far, and I also have the Louis Vuitton card holder daily in the pink. So that pink one I like to use during the spring and summer, which is right now, but I wanted to give that a little bit of a break, so that's why I'm using this one. But I just love it. I always get questions and comments about this lambskin. This is lambskin and I've had it for a year and 5 months. So this is how it's looking and I absolutely love it. It's very exposed now. I definitely recommend all of these card holders. Woo! And the ones that I talked about last week. So if you missed that one, this one is Trove, which I love. These are pretty inexpensive as well. I've got Kate Spade, which you know I love, and also the Coach one, which I also love, and one more from Andar in this pouch. Really pretty with that one. I definitely think that these brands, like these are inexpensive brands like Kate Spade, Coach, Trove, Andar, and some other ones. Mulberry is pretty inexpensive. I mean, it's pretty luxury up there. It is up there. but you can find a deal for Mulberry. You can just stalk their websites. They often have sales. And also Pelen. Pelen, I think their prices is very, very reasonable. The only thing I don't like is the shipping cost to Canada because it is pretty expensive. But their card holder, I think, is only $50, something like that. And it's a little card holder like that. So if you want to get started on an SLG and you don't want to pay like a premium, like expensive luxury price, I totally recommend those brands because they're inexpensive and you're gonna throw it in your bag anyways. But I don't have a Pelen one, but I know they're leather because I do have the Numero Un Nano bag and I love it. And I was tempted a Pelen card holder, but I have so many. I don't need any more. I don't need any more. Okay, moving on to Louis Vuitton and Chanel. These are my go-to brands for luxury, honestly. I actually did an interview with an Instagram follower. She was interviewing me on luxury brands and like my opinion on them. And she said that the majority of people who start with luxury brands is either Louis Vuitton and then it goes to Chanel. And I totally agree with that because I see so many more posts on Instagram capturing Louis Vuitton and Chanel rather than like Celine or Burberry and things like that. Obviously, there's no right or wrong, whichever fashion house you start with, but I just started with Louis Vuitton and then I moved to Chanel. So what are your brands that you go to? I'm sure a lot of people who watch my videos are Chanel and Louis Vuitton, but if you aren't, let me know in the comments. Okay, let's move on to my Instagram polls, and these were really interesting. I actually did research on this. I just said I'm planning a video about SLGs and handbags. I appreciate if you answered the next few slides. So here we go. I asked, your first luxury purchase, was it a bag or was it an SLG? This one was super surprising because 74% of people said they purchased a bag as their first luxury purchase. And for me, that is crazy because I used to watch, not used to, I still watch, but she doesn't make videos anymore. I used to watch Minnie, Minx for All, and she was like, you should start off with an SLG just so you can get your hands and a feel for the fashion house. I would never think in a million years to purchase a bag first. However, purchased this as my first luxury purchase. Not this exact one, the Damier Ebene print. This one is monogram. I used to use it all the time, and because now I have so many, I rotate it, but I still love it. I love this chain and everything, so yes, love that. Now, the next one, do you change your SLGs often? And 66% of people said no, which I kind of knew because I have a friend and she never changes her SLGs. She just uses her Chanel card holder and a Louis Vuitton round coin purse, and that's it. And I'm just like, wow, how? She's like, what do you mean how? So I was expecting no. The next one is, do you change your handbag often? And 76% of people said yes. I am the complete opposite of all of these answers. I just use my tote bag for work, and it's not like we're going anywhere right now anyways, so all my bags are literally just in my closet collecting dust. Hopefully things are opening up, and as of today, Ontario has extended our stay-at-home order until June 2nd. It used to be May 20th, now it's June 2nd, so yay. Anyways. The next one, do you have more bags? Or do you have more bags or SLGs? And 70% of people said bags. So I see that a lot on Instagram. I feel like bags are a lot more popular than SLGs. On Instagram, like, people love to take pictures of their bags instead of their SLGs. And I feel like because it's Instagram and at least you get to like do an outfit shot with a bag. I don't know, do you know what I mean? For me and my lifestyle, handbags are just so expensive that it's pretty hard to save for, I'm not gonna lie. But that's why I love my small leather goods, you know? Like a little piece of luxury, you know? The second last one, if you were to start over, would you buy more bags or SLGs? And oh, this was a really big surprise. 94% of people said bags. I definitely think if you are looking for either a bag or an SLG, go for a bag if you are willing to spend that kind of money, because it is, like I said, really hard to save up for. But if you're more comfortable with spending like a couple hundred for an SLG, I highly recommend that too. Like for me, I would start out with an SLG because, like what Minnie said, you can test out the fashion house. For example, if I were to go venture out to another fashion house, like let's say Hermes, I would not buy a bag right away because I want to feel the leather, I want to feel the quality of the leather. So I have my eyes on a Bastia, but they don't have that color and leather I want in stock online. So I would rather go for an SLG, and because Hermes is so expensive, I don't want to spend that like thousands and thousands of dollars for a bag right now. I'd rather spend it on a little piece of like a Bastia coin purse. But it really depends on the fashion house. For example, I was looking at Celine bags, I was looking at Burberry, Fendi, and for their fashion houses, I would just go for a bag. I wouldn't even bother with an SLG because I feel like people have different preferences to buy an SLG or a handbag from one fashion house. For example, I love Chanel bags, but not necessarily I would buy so many Chanel SLGs. But for Louis Vuitton, I love their SLGs, not so much their bag styles. It just depends on what you like and what you gravitate towards in a fashion house. And the last poll is, which one is more worth it in your opinion? And 89% of people said bags, which I guess I know why people would say bags, but for me, I'm a small leather goods girl. So was this surprising to you? Some of the responses really surprised me for sure. And I think because I am a teacher at a private school, I don't use like a professional work bag. I literally just bring a work tote to work, and I switch out my SLGs very often. And I'm aware that a lot of people are the complete opposite because they have office jobs and they like switching their bags to make their outfit more complete or more professional, which keeps it more exciting, which I would love for that to be my life, but it's not. But this is why you have to look at your own lifestyle and see if it will fit in your life. Don't just buy a bag if you don't need it. Don't buy an SLG if you don't need it. You are the one who knows yourself the best. And this proves that not every influencer, if you can call me that, goes with the flow with everybody else. I'm usually the minority, and as you can see, it works totally fine with me and it works for my lifestyle. So if you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate if you give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you want, and hopefully I will see you next time. Bye!